let's have a look at version 4. There's quite a lot of changes, and you need to be sure that you're working it properly. But it's going to give you far more powerful results. So there's a lot of things here that might look the same, but it's already a little bit different. The first thing that you can see here is the number of things to do posts. So you can select how many of these you want. Okay, and this will now scrape different numbers, different things as well. So it'll scrape, excuse me, restaurants in the area. It'll scrape things to do if it finds things to do in Google, and it'll scrape driving directions and the place IDs. So you can select how many of these you want. You don't really need a lot. So I wouldn't suggest making it more than 4 or 5. But if you wanted to, you could go all the way up to 10. Okay. I'm actually keeping to smaller GG sites now and doing more of them because I find I'm getting the knowledge panel to pop quicker by doing that. So, if you do 4 or 5, all we need to do is just tell Google what this thing is about, what this site is about. All right, and you would select already scraped data. We'll talk about scraped data soon. Many people still prefer to use the CSV file because then they have a permanent record of it. So if you want to use CSV files, you would select that. Then you won't have you won't use that, and then you have an option to load the CSV file. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to go through that now, so I would make sure I've got that selected, and then is different template selections, and by that I mean it's basically the position of the different elements that go on the how they get entered on the page. So we have a campaign names which you would put in there, and once you've filled in all the input data, you would select that campaign and be ready to run. So that's about all on this home page here. Let's have a look. You'll see there's an additional scraping settings that is available for you to select here. Okay, and as I said, this is where you can scrape points of interest. This is the normal. This is actually restaurants. We'll probably start adding others as we go along, but at this stage, that's what that does. It scrapes this will scrape the place ID, and this will scrape driving directions. So if you don't want driving directions or anything, you can just deselect it. Okay, and then over here, you're going to tell it how many things that you want to scrape. So if you want to scrape 10, it's going to take quite a long time. And when you come back here to general settings, you don't have to use 10. You can only use 3 of them if you like. This will control it over here. However, the scraping settings by selecting 10 there, you will always have the things to do in the different restaurants in that particular area. So let's just say we'll set that on 4. Okay, so that's what we do. With general settings, you'd need to fill in that, and your scraping settings, you'd need to select what you want to scrape. Then if you have a look at the utilities here, this is where you would put the location info. So you would put the location, okay, and so this would be the town plus the state, put the keyword in here that you want to be associated with that, and your GMB. Okay, the GMB name is important that you get it right, because this is for the driving directions, obviously. Okay, so enter the full name, and if you've got similarly named GMBs, then put the complete street address in as well. Okay, and then you would hit scrape there. Okay, let's come back here to general settings. In input data, now yeah, there's been quite a number of changes, and let's start at the top here. So if we have a look here, you'll see in this box here, you've got to put in the location and the YouTube URL. That is a new feature. So in other words, it's going to take the keyword from this box here. So you in the box opposite this one here, you're going to put in email, password, keyword, and a proxy if you're going to use it. Okay. All right. I don't use the proxies. I use TourGuard. But so I generally would put in here email, password, and keyword. Okay. And then over here, you're going to put location and the YouTube URL. And then what GeoGenius is going to do, it's going to build a page which will have the be called keyword location. Okay, and on that page, it's going to put a YouTube URL that is, obviously relates to that keyword and location. So in my case, let's say, I do a lot of weight loss, and so I say weight loss Johannesburg. I would have a video that is entitled Weight Loss Johannesburg, and I'd put it in there. And okay, and that's just comma separated. So what that means is that on each page, your page is going to be so much more relevant now, because now you can have a video which has got the exact same title as the page title is embedded on it, and YouTube loves embedded videos. So just by doing that, you're going to be making your page very, very much more powerful. However, if you don't have, in this case, I'm going to build about 10 more. When I do it, I do about 10 pages, keyword and location pages. If I don't have 10 videos, I can put in 1 year. Or if I have 2 or 3 videos that cover the topic and the general area, I could put it in spun text. So any input data, all the fields you can accept spun format. So if you had to only put the location in on this section, and no URL, no YouTube URL over here, you could put in one video, and then that'll get embedded on all of the pages. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm creating a main video which I use on the home page, and I enter that URL here, and then I'm creating a location plus keyword video which I'm putting over there, so that I'm getting it exactly as I want it. So I'm getting the YouTube video with the same title as the page entered over there. Okay, then embed URL. This is where you can embed your gmb.biz website, or you can embed your normal website, whatever it is. So you just, as long as it must be HTTPS. If you don't put HTTPS, it's not going to embed anything. It's just going to put a link. Okay, so the article, you must put in a 300 to 500 word article, and I am now spinning it, so I think it's a good idea to spin it, and it's pretty easy. I just use Spin Rewriter. Okay, So let's have a look here. About Us content. So in About Us, you would write, About Us content is a very, very important page. So it's actually really good to spend a bit of time doing it, creating a good About Us page. Because the About Us page I've recently been reading is one of the most visited sites on the internet. I mean, pages on the internet when they visit a site, because I want to see who they're dealing with. Okay, that's why it's a good idea if you're going to put your embed URL, your .biz URL in here to create a good one, because that's what's going to sell them. All right, and this is where you put the actual GMB URL. So this is your Google My Business URL that we're talking there. You can put a short link there. Okay, call to action. Here you can put in spun text. If you got you don't have to have 1,000,000 of them, but that helps to spin it. This is where you can have links that tell them to buy. The contact us would be, this is your contact us details. So over here you would put in call us or WhatsApp us, whatever it is, and then you put in a token like that. Sorry. Okay, and after that token you can put in the GMB name. Okay, the exact same as what you put over here. The GMB name, the GMB URL. So you'd put there, the full name, and if necessary, put the address in as well. Okay, then you've got footer content. Now this is a new thing that we've added. Okay, this is going to be added to the footer of the home page, and then consequently onto all of the other pages. So that is for your NAP. Very important, your name, address, phone number, and make that exactly the same as it appears on your GMB and on your normal website. And if you don't have a normal website, on your .business website. Okay. All right, this is where you'd put the review URLs in, however many you have. You can put 3 or 4 in spin text, and the same applies here with the Q&A URLs. Okay, and then over here, what you would do is with reviews content, you could actually put in some additional content over here about the reviews that you've been getting, and then it'll put it on the page for you. Okay, with question and answers, you can see here it's QES, the pipe character and answer. So what you would put in in this format: question, answer. Okay, that's the format that would be in, and you can put as many as you like in. And if you have images in your question and answer inputs here, into images, see over here, there, if you have images in there, it's going to take those images and it's going to use them with your question and answers. So don't make them huge images, but try and make them sort of like quite interesting or somewhat related to your niche, of course. And then you would just click OK once you've got it all filled out. Okay, and then you would press the save button. Now if I press save button, okay, there's no campaigns, that's why it's giving me a funny thing. So once you've selected your campaign button, I want the save button, it'll save it into the database, and then you can come over here and select your campaign, and then you are ready to run. Okay, so that's a quick walkthrough. I'm going to actually run it now and see how we get. So I'm going to do some setting up on that, and I'll probably do that on the next video. Thanks.